James Bay.
Speaker, it's part of the administrative responsibility of government to ensure a strong Canada Election Act. So when we learned that SNC Lavalin set up a scheme of illegal donations aimed at putting corporate money into certain political hands, I'm hoping the Minister of International Development will reassure the House. When he saw thousands of dollars being transferred from SNC executives, did this not raise an eyebrow? Will the Minister explain if he's had any relationship with SNC? Has his staff met with him? What has been the nature of his relationship since the transfer of that money?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Again, Mr. Speaker, as you know, we banned corporate and union donations from the political process. Mr. Speaker, we expect any individual that makes donations to a political party, we expect them to follow the law, Mr. Speaker. That's why we were so disappointed on this side of the House when we learned that the NDP accepted $300,000 worth of illegal union donations, Mr. Speaker, and were forced by Elections Canada to return that fund, Mr. Speaker. Of course, they still owe the Canadian taxpayers over $1.5 million for illegal satellite offices in provinces where they have no members of Parliament, Mr. Speaker. I'm sure Canadians are as anxious as we are to have that money returned.
The Honourable Member for Timmins, James Bay.
Well, I always appreciate my honourable colleagues' travels up in the upper sphere. I'd like to remind him that under Section 404 of the Canada Elections Act, you're not allowed to hide the identity of a contributor, particularly if it's a political donation. So we have the Ministers' Riding Association receiving $30,000 in transfers, $25,000 which come from SNC Lavalin executives. Now here's the kicker. An illegal political financing was actually included in the job description of several SNC managers. Surely, my honourable colleague shares my concern about this. Will he join us in calling for an investigation?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Again, Mr. Speaker, it was this party that actually took out the influence of big money and big unions from the political process when we banned those donations, Mr. Speaker. It was one of the first things that we did when we came to office in 2006, Mr. Speaker. Unfortunately, of course, the NDP broke that rule when they accepted $300,000 worth of illegal union donations, Mr. Speaker. Of course, this House has also found them guilty of taking some $1.5 million worth of funds allocated for nonpartisan purposes of the taxpayers of this country and using it for partisan political purposes in areas of the country where they actually have no members of Parliament, and they still have yet to pay Canadian taxpayers back that money. I hope they'll do so very soon, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Member for Vancouver.